What is up, everybody? Is this on? Is this on? I think it is. You can see the quality that means that I'm on the street and I'm trying to do this as good as I can. But what we're gonna do today, guys, is just giving you the honest opinions about what 45 days traveling in Kerala actually look like. It's been quite a ride, and what we do always on the Q&A when everything finished is to try to get a little bit closer. So quality doesn't matter, anything doesn't matter. This is just to connect a little bit and to be completely honest about what it is traveling in certain parts of the world. We did one in Sri Lanka. We've done a couple of them before, and this is the one that we finally are reaching in Kerala. You don't know what Kerala is? It's the region. It's a beautiful region on the south of India, and it's a very specific. It's very unique. It's lovely, and I have to tell you, like, there are a couple of things that I would definitely everyone would change from any place, but so far the experiences that I had were 95% very, 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 very good. So, without further ado, so I don't interrupt too much, I'm going to start answering some of the questions that people have dropped not only in YouTube, but on Instagram and also by private messages, because there are so many things to address here. So, the first question that someone asked was, what was your favorite worst moment you will remember forever? So, the favorite moment, I'm gonna say many favorite moments. Hey, Bindu, how's it going, man? I would say, man, the people is really nice. And at any moment you feel hustle, like that much hustle, and because Kerala is as well very touristic, there's a very good mix between like meeting a lot of local people, but at the same time you have the opportunity to connect with travelers as well. And for me, as a Westerner, someone who come from Europe, sometimes when I'm living some experiences and I share with people from my area, we kind of reflect very well into like how incredible the experience is compared to ours. Hey, crackers and Jaya, how's it going, guys? Thank you so much for popping by. You know the rules. If you have any questions, just flipping drop them because we are here for a little bit to answer all of them. Worst experience. I don't think I had like any experience that I finished Kerala thinking like this was terrifying. Yeah, like minor things of like an uncomfortable drive or like perhaps because we are foreigners, like we always get a little bit overpriced. So sometimes that is a little bit frustrating, but at the same time, that's kind of the game, and it's actually really fun to engage with people and to bargain. And like at the end of the day, I learned my Malayalam, and I had a little bit of an advantage when it comes to bargaining with people. What's up, Joseph? How's it going, man? Thank you so much for popping by, guys. Uh, Let me answer you, my friend. First favorite food from Kerala is I might get bullied for this, but like beef curry. Wow, the beef curry was a blast. And people were saying like you should have tried it on the street. It's like I don't know, man. I went to a very good restaurant, and the beef curry that I had was like very high on my scale of favorite food. Not even like only Kerala, just internationally. It was absolutely incredible. But because we have so many questions, let's do a lot of them. Hey, Bobby, how's it going, man? How would you like Kerala food? Have you tried beef fry and roast and porota? I did try beef fry, and it was really good. I just feel like the beef curry was next level. I feel like maybe the restaurant or it just like it was. Maybe I was so hungry because I was hiking the whole day. But when I tried, it was so good. The food in Kerala is so good, man. And but you guys think it's very spicy? I think we can add a little level of spicy even. Kerala is best known for beef roast and curry, and you didn't try the beef roast. I did. It just think as well, guys, that like I imagine how many videos. I think I popped like 26 videos, and I had like two or three of them that I never released because I wasn't really satisfied with how they came out. But I was eating out every day. I was trying food every day, and there are many things that when you travel such a long time as I do, like you want to not film everything as well, because at the end of the day, like one of the main things that I really want to portray on this channel is just traveling, apart from like experiencing new cultures and getting involved with new people, new traditions, and new food, new everything. It's fun, man. Traveling is fun. So we should also enjoy our time, even if I work doing this and I make so many videos just to show you as much as I can. It's very important to for me to have the moments where I don't put the camera on and I actually enjoy the things by myself. So there are some activities, like for example, I went to Kolam and I never filmed Kolam. I just wanted to have like a couple of days off where I could just travel, do some tourism, eat some food, and not flip out way too much. Because it comes to a moment. Imagine my routine. Like I wake up early, I go film one video or two videos, then I finish. At the same time that you're traveling, you're doing things, blah, 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 blah. Then I come home and I have to edit everything. And I was popping videos every 2 days, man. Every 2 days, it's plus shorts, plus Instagram, plus TikTok, plus blah, blah, blah. It's just way too much work. so I had way more food than what I put on the videos, and because I'm not a very good food critic, I just never make videos about it. Where is Tim? Tim flew somewhere in India today. I don't remember exactly where. He's gonna do now north of India, and he's gonna cross to Nepal, and then we're probably meeting again in Philippines because we will fly eventually in a couple of months there. Uh, did you find any similarity between Malaga and Kerala? Yeah, actually, yeah. Malaga is a very mountainous region, like very 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 mountainous region, and it's and we have beach all the way around. So I generally felt in many areas that like when I was cross to the beach, I was thinking like this could perfectly be my city. Culturally, too different, very different, but in general, like it could have similarities. I would say Indian food probably is way more versatile than ours, than the Mediterranean food in Europe. Are you still in Kerala? No, my friend. I'm so sorry, but I left to Nepal. So you will see on the future series why I rushed a little bit, because it was something that I was thinking of doing a big hike, and I did it, and still I can't move my feet, and it's been almost a week since I finished. Did you ever plan on going to Nagaland, India? It's kind of similar culture compared to ours in the Cordilleras in Philippines. So I really wanted to know about them. I hope you blog there. Well, I have a 5 years visa, and because India is so big, and everyone is recommending you should go here, you should go there, you should go here, you should go there. Like in reality, man, like one step at a time. I feel like I like to like if you notice the series, like it started really strong, and then like when it comes to views and everything, like it slowly went down. So it's always really good to stimulate the algorithm, and at the same time, it's always good for me to change radically what I have around me, so I don't have like too much of something, and I get tired, and I get like worse opinions about things. Like having for me like around a little bit over a month in every place feels like the perfect time, because I can make enough videos, I can rest, I can work, and then changing someone new give me a kind of stimulation. And like now that I'm out of India, I'm really curious because I'm north and in Nepal, so I'm thinking like I could just cross down to Varanasi, or like go to Delhi, or so it will happen through the time. Like I will be probably making around 2 to 3 trips to India per year, once one region at a time. So the next time that I come back, I'm thinking also on flying back to Kochi and then do the rest of Kerala up and start getting into or Tamil Nadu or Goa, Mumbai, Pune, things like that. And then palapam chicken curry and Kerala fish curry. Oof, fish curry is fantastic. Poli chatu, oyster fry. Probably like you have always so much food recommendation. It's actually scary, bro. Like you know, you know way too much your food. Let me go down. What is happening? What is happening? Are you going to Northeast Asia, India? Yeah, I will definitely, definitely I will. Like I'm also talking to team. Like we actually really enjoy it. I have a really good time traveling together. So we are considering the idea of like taking a full travel series together, and that is a single talks. Like I feel North India is for another chapter. I've done a little bit of India. I do something else, then I will come back, and that is going to be happening for the next 2 3 years, I believe. Please visit Northeast India. It will definitely happen. Just Joseph, you're in Malaga right now? Are you serious? Oh man, enjoy it. It's such a wonderful place, man. Like when I left there, I felt like it felt like a small city, and I felt like I should get out of here. But now that I'm out, like the longer that I spend out of Malaga, I feel like my city, it's very nice people, very nice food, good weather. It's a good lifestyle down there. Let me go with the next question. Which place in Kerala do you enjoy the most? Um, Munar, maybe. I love hiking. I love the mountains, and I love the freedom that Munar has. If you want people, you can find them. If you want to be alone, you can do it. And I don't know if you watched the last two videos that I made on the mountains. It's legit. Like I just do like this. I look at mountain over here, and I just decided to go walking over there, and that's probably the best hiking experience that I had in Kerala so far. So I really like Munar. The people is very nice, and I have to admit, it was way less hot than like Varkara, way less hot than Kochi. So for me, it felt absolutely incredible to like the weather get a little bit more calm down. Best YouTuber ever. Absolutely, you are so right. Like you've never been so right ever. Thank you so much, man. I understand. I hope you visited Cordillera when you go to the Philippines. If you love to know about culture, you can visit the Igorot people in the north. You can start in Baguio City. I have yet done zero research of Philippines. I just know like a little place, a few places that I want to explore because I dive a lot. So I am a dive master. So I've been diving for a really long time, and I really love the water. And I've been doing like the last travel series, man. I've done like Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, India, Sri Lanka, Nepal. I want the beach. That's as simple as that. I want to have like a little bit of beach. So the only things that I know for sure that I researched was a little bit like Siargao, Puerto Princesa, I think it was called, just Coron, Cebu. But I will have to do a full research about it because I am very ignorant on Philippines, and it's been always on the list that I really, really wanted to do. So I will study properly whenever I'm finishing Nepal. Next time, don't forget Lakshadweep Islands and Andaman and Nicobar Island. As you are trained scuba diver, these places will interest you. Oh, I know. I checked. But I feel like all the Indian islands and the same and the like Maldives and blah, blah, blah. I think that's one series that I would love to just pack, like all the islands that are around India, and also take a little trip to Maldives and make like a lot of diving there. Let me see. Where are you right now? I am right now in a city in Nepal called Pokhara. Pokhara, it is so beautiful. If it was daylight, you would be flipping out because everything is green and it's beautiful, lakes, mountains, and I have like Annapurna behind of me. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful region. And I found for the first time a place which internet is like insanely fast. So because I have maybe 10, 12 videos from, should I say it loud? Should I not say it loud? I'll make a little hype. So like I finished the Everest hike and I make around 10 videos about it. And I'm still trying to recover, and I really needed like a place with good internet, good vibrations, and stop a little bit because I've been jumping from like travel series to travel series to travel series to travel series, and I never have like these 10 days where I need to just rest, cook, and go to the gym and edit some videos. So I'm taking Pokhara so far very, very, very slow. I've been here for like 3, 4 days after finish Everest. I had one day in Kathmandu or two, and then I came here, and it was arriving after a dreadful bus drive, and staying here for like I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 days. I'm staying in a very peaceful and mental and comfortable way, connecting with a lot of people, connecting with locals. I'm having a very beautiful time. Next, I think we read this in Lakshadweep Island. People speak Malayalam Muslim is our small Maldives. That I read, man. And you know the problem is like the first time that someone told me something about them, I was almost in Kochi living. So it was at the end of the trip, and it was like, ugh, if I would have known at the beginning, I might have taken a small detour. Pokhara is amazing. Pokhara is fantastic. I came for like 2, 3 days, like, and I booked for like 2, 3 days. I saw the place, I saw my room, I saw my everything, and I was like, give me 10. So I'm extending the visa a little bit in Nepal more so I can catch up with the videos and I can relax. So probably when I finish Nepal, I will just jump directly to Philippines, or yeah, Philippines. And I'll make the travel series right after. I was there in Pokhara and Kathmandu during the Nepal earthquake. Oh, that sucks so much, man. And that was a sad moment, man. And well, you can imagine it has to be like crazy when the earthquake happened. Like leaving Nepal at the time must have been like very difficult, and see like everything, all the consequences that has were like terrifying, man. So knocking wood for that not to happen anytime soon. Surprised to see so many churches. Christianity came to Kerala before its arrival to Europe, to Armenia. Uh, I more than the churches, because I felt like I got a little bit of that in Sri Lanka. I feel like more than surprised to see so many churches, I was really surprised to see such a very nice blend between all religions. So like in I arrived in Trivandrum and it was just like seeing a massive church and then seeing like a mosque and a Hindu temple on the other side. It was like wow, and we don't have that in Europe. Like, and if you do, like just tell me where, because I don't see that. So it's so nice to see blending like so many cultures at the same time, and people is really happy with each other. It's wonderful. That's a good lesson that many countries could learn from. So props to Kerala. I think you missed some good food spot in Kolam. Oh, bro, like I if I would show you my Instagram, I think I can make you like a quick peek. Uh, I get so many messages, and every message, I don't know what happened to you guys in Kerala. Like you're obsessed with food, but every time that I get messages, it's always people recommending food, restaurants, and stuff. Like I have around 2 meals a day that I can do that, and at the same time, man, like when I'm in Spain, I don't have Spanish food every day, so I need a change. I need to change as well. I need to have like I need salads. I need something else. So this is like a small. I don't know if you're gonna see this, but this is a small peek of like the messages that I have. Like this is all people sending messages, trying to connect, to reconnect, and to give me recommendation. And this keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. We have like the hidden requests as well. We have a lot more. So guys, we have a lot of people trying to recommend places. And I don't know what I told you before. You're very foodie people, very foodie people. Let me check. You should get a Bullet, Royal Enfield, and travel across Nepal. Perhaps, perhaps. I have to tell you that like all my travel plans in Nepal have been changing a lot, because at the beginning um, when I arrived, I had no idea that like from now today actually is not any longer available to do a big hike alone. So Nepal has changed the rule, and from April 1st, they don't take any more solo travelers when you're gonna do like a big hike on a mountain. So when I arrived, I was thinking like I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to go to a mountain. I don't want to take 2 3 days. But reality was like when I arrived and someone told me like you basically have 11 days to do Everest alone if you want to do it, or it's never happening. So I stopped making videos. That's when I posted like, sorry guys, I'm disappearing 100%. And I went to buy some clothes. I packed the baby in the backpack, the computer, because I was passing the videos and I was editing it all the time. And I just jumped to the mountain. So now I feel like I'm paying the price of, I think it was 13 days in total that I was hiking nonstop. And I took many detours, and there were so many things happening on the hike. You're gonna love the series because it was like the maximum chaos. I can only tell you, I started to do the trip with people. I was the only one finishing. That's the only. That's the only heads up that I'm giving you to the series. There are churches older than Basco's era in Kerala. I can't believe that. I probably just Kerala is very rich in history, my guys. When are you coming back to Kerala? I don't know, the end of the year maybe. So I want to. I feel like I've been doing many months of mountains. I feel like now I want to have a little bit of a. I would love to have a little bit closer to Philippines, maybe Malaysia, something like that, like a little bit in the Southeast Asia region, and then I'll be back in Central Asia because I would love to do like the same route that I've done before, like Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Nepal. Like I want to do it again, just taking in different areas. So perhaps at the end of the year when it's a little bit cooler, because everyone is saying I should come to Kerala when it's almost rainy season because the colors just pop, it becomes more green. So maybe it's a good time to come back. Everyone has the north. Not too many knows about the south. I don't know, man. People, any person that I meet, no one speaks badly about the south. Everyone has been, or Tamil Nadu, or Chennai, or in Goa is very popular, and from Goa to south, like people is coming a lot to Kerala, and it's a different kind of tourism because I feel it's a very good introduction to India. Like all the things that people talk a lot about Kerala that is a little bit scary. That, like, for example, that the hassle to the woman, or blah, 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 like the south feels very well down, and it's amazing because you have like hotspots of places where like many tourists go, and that became very safe places for people to travel, and it's very close one to each other. So you have, like, for Trivandrum you have Barkala, then you have Kolam, then you have Monroe, then you have Kotalam or Alepi, and then you have Perillar and then Munar. It's just so many, it's so many good places where like there's a lot of people, and it makes it very safe because like you feel very surrounded by everything, by good people, and also by people that you feel comfortable with, like people from your culture, etc. Let me ask another question. Were you not surprised to see beef everywhere in Kerala? I almost lost my. I can curse in here because we're live, but like I lost my. It was everywhere, and I was really surprised that everyone actually ate it. And like that's the number one recommendation everywhere in Kerala. Like, bro, you should try like beef fry, beef curry. This is so good. It's our favorite dish. So I was very surprised. And every time that I meet people around, they say like, no, but in India they don't have beef fry. It's like, bro, visit Kerala. Like I don't even think they have anything else. Like so, there's so much beef. Um, what were your thoughts of India and Kerala before coming, and what has changed after you left? That's a great question. Um, I was a little panicky because in reality, um, even if it doesn't feel as hustling, we are not in our environment, and we have people that is trying to sell you stuff all the time, and people that is trying to take money from you all the time, and like you don't feel very certain when something is scary, when something is not. So it becomes a moment where like if my level of this is how I am steady. If I have a hustling day, this happens, and when I go to sleep, it goes a little low. So we always go like this, and there is a moment where you peak. So I feel like sometimes when you don't have a culture that is very hustling, and then you go to another one, it might generally it can stress quite a lot. So because I never was in India before, and I actually had many friends who had very bad experiences in north, in the middle, even in the south. So the feedback that I was getting was a little bit scary, but like I usually don't care, and I just dive into it. And I was so relieved and so surprised that like every single experience that I had was great. From the moment that I arrived in Trivandrum till the moment that I went up, I could travel all the time. I went to Kochi 3 times. I went to Munnar 3 times. I spent like almost 10 days in Perillar. It was good experience after good experience. So I feel the most important question, the most important answer for me is I feel like you should make your own judgment. Like you like taking advice from people and take like the recommendations of other people is great, and it's always going to help you have like a little balance of what the place what you could expect from a place, better said. But for me coming, I have to admit that as well. Like I am very privileged because I'm a white man, and I don't go through certain experiences in the same way that, for example, women do, or people with color, or blah, blah, blah. Like I feel very privileged that like people generally is very kind to me in general. So my experiences have been like almost wonderful. So I felt like I feel a little sad now that I have like not prejudice, but I was really afraid of coming to Kerala before coming there. And the moment that I arrived, it was like, oh man, what was I scared of thinking about, Joseph, we love food. Of course you do. Like, Filipinos would surely love to welcome you, brother. Welcome in Ambas with your buddy team tents. You can start in the touristy area, which is Boracay, White Beach, and Corong or El Nido Palawan. I have a couple of crazy ideas for Philippines. Let's see how they develop. And I cannot say anything because I'm there still in talk, and I don't want to like motivate for something that is not happening at the end. But yeah, I'm really excited for Philippines because it's also like apparently now it's great weather, and I feel like it's gonna be very good for me to put my ADS in order, finish all the edits, relax, make some good videos, connect with the water, and get the energy to start over when this finish. Karnataka epic ancient ruins. Yeah, I'm actually putting all the recommendations. They go directly to my Google Maps. Not just Kerala, West Bengal, Goa, and nine other northern states of India has beef. Oh, really? I'm gonna have to have some beef everywhere, man. ¿Cómo se puede ser tan guapo? ¿Cómo se puede ser tan guapa, chaval? O sea, for those who don't know, this person that is writing here, Wondery Trotter, she's like my online love. She's one of the most wonderful human beings on earth, and her channel is fantastic. She is traveling from France to Philippines on her truck with her dogs, with her cats, with her plants, with everything. She's an amazing human being, and I love her so much. You will love your next trip to Kerala. You're in for a treat for wildlife and nature in northern Kerala. I know, man. This I can't wait. In reality, like I really like Kerala, so I'm really excited to start exactly where I left it. And I thought it was like it's a good call to start in Kochi and then start going up. Love you, my man. I love you, my girl. Gracias por la inspiración. Marcho al sur de la India para el sabático, Kerala primero. I'm going to answer in Spanish, guys. Te va a encantar. Es espectacular. El sur de India es la caña, todo el mundo es súper simpático, tienes turistas por todos los lados, es una maravilla ver el sur. Y la comida está buena, los sitios están... Es barato, es una alegría. Que lo disfruten mucho. Tío. Hi, No Shot. How's it going, man? Let me continue with the question. What was your worst experience? Almost food poison, maybe. I had really good experiences. Like I feel generally like the experience are really. My mood was so good that when bad things were happening, we turning into something nice. When like we lost a boss, like we turned into something nice. When we were stressing, we turned into something nice. It just we were trying to have like a very positive attitude towards things, and like nothing really happened on the 45 days that like make me feel like wow, this was terrible. Perhaps as any country, like every place has bad apples, bad people. So as long as you can be objective and just move from that train of thought, if you're lucky and nothing happened with you, just curl around and move from it. Top 5 food in Kerala. I don't know, man. Beef curry, fish curry, dosa, kotu, biryani. Boom. I had that one. I had that answer so prepared. You're the most amazing human and blogger, such an inspiration. I know. What can I say? Like many years, like training to be like a good person. Like just there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's very important for everyone to be open-minded and to try to share some love, guys. So when we do these kind of lives as raw as they are right now, it's just to try to connect, to try to speak very openly, and to try to change slowly perceptions in the world. If just the 20 of us that are here live right now, we can bond into this and like we can have a different perception into things and being able to be open-minded, communicative, and arguing the things in a healthy way, I feel we have done our job here. I will copy the style of your videos. Hell, let's do a collab. Careful, eh? Careful. Please feel free. This is honestly like the channel started as a way to be creative, and I have been inspired by many people. Many people has been inspired by me, and this is a train that we need to continue pushing. You are very welcome. If we meet, you're very welcome to make a video together and to ask any questions that you want. We are here all to thrive with each other. Coaching airport is the first airport in the world which functions 100% on solar. That I read, man. That is actually really fucking cool. Oh, no question. Sorry. That is really fucking cool. Let's forget about monetization for a little bit because like you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Give him tons of love, amigos. He deserves it. Yeah, guys, share love with me. Send me good messages, good vibration. Comment on the videos. That is very good. What would you advise for solo women planning of traveling India? Where to first? Kerala, 100%. It's I generally have a feeling that you start from bottom to top, like because the levels of hustle keep changing, and also the level of people. Kerala is not as crowded as other places, so like you generally don't have that many people harassing you. As solo woman, the only thing that I can tell you is like, and this is the number one thing: just follow your instinct always. If you don't feel that something, if you feel something that is off, take a turn. If you feel something, like ask for help. If you need to talk to someone, to things like it's still, there are still cultures that are very different to the kind of freedom or like the liberties that the woman can have in Europe or in America or in Latin America. So I would say Kerala is a great state. People is very open minded. It's evolving very, very, very fast. And I've met many solo women traveler, and they felt quite safe. And even friends that were on the north actually flew on the south because like the experiences that we were all having on the south were fantastic. There was no hassle. But like you always need to think on yourself, number one, and if something feels a little off, take a turn, play it safe, get apps, for example, for transport. If you don't feel like you want to be outside and be dealing with bargaining with taxis that might be harassing, you can get your Uber, stuff like that. If something feels a little leafy, you want to avoid certain problems, take private transportation. If Kerala, the good thing is what I said about the hotspots. So you have places like Barkala, which is like thousands of tourists. You go to Alepe, thousands of tourists. You go to Kochi, thousands of tourists. You go to Munnar, thousands of tourists. So that really helps, I believe, women to be on a safer environment because there's many people around that you can actually relate to, ask questions, and the answer that they're going to give you is the answer that you want to listen. And if there's something that like you feel like no, move fast, go to the next one, feel safe, and try to make it as safe as possible for you. It's a wonderful estate, and I feel Kerala is, if you are trying first somewhere, you should go for Kerala. I think you missed North Kerala. Oh, by the way, let me finish. Shay, I have a friend who's been traveling a lot through India alone, which is Rachel, Tales of Odyssey. So I will write it here on the comment, Tales of Odyssey. She focuses on solo travel. So if you generally have better questions, I'm still a man. I can give you objectively my humble point of view, but I'm not going to be as accurate as someone like her. So if you want, just direct to her, send her a message. She will happily answer you because she loves to help a single woman traveling. That's her goal. I think you missed North Kerala. It will happen, man. It will happen. It will happen. Next time I come back, it's just from Kochi to North. Porota and palapam, best friends in the south. You also need to try puri and potato curry. I tried puri and the potato curry. That's solid. You have so many bro. The problem is like you have so many breads and dosas and stuff. Like you have a dosa, no, you have 1,000 dosas. You have bread, no, you have 1,000 breads. It is so difficult to catch up with the name because it's so different than ours. We have like baguette, sandwich, and two or three things. Shay, go for starters. Kerala is like chaotic and easier to find solo female travel in Kerala as well. Yeah, I met zero Indian female travelers. I met hundreds of solo and like two girls traveling together in Kerala. Like tourists feel very safe in there, and it is also like the rumor is flying everywhere that like Kerala is a very good state. It feels very like honestly for me it felt like an extension of Sri Lanka. Like they both are very alike, same kind of nature, same kind of people smiley, same kind of food, same kind of weather. It just feels like very very accessible for travelers to start doing Kerala, and it feels like a good approach because you have states that are definitely more chaotic and more hustling. So south is a good approach to slowly build up to the chaos that is happening in the north. So, do you agree with the reputation of Kerala in India? Do you agree that it's the place with the most beautiful people in India? I cannot say because I have only been in Kerala. Like I haven't met too many. Like I only meet people traveling a lot, and like people who usually travel has a little bit more open mind. So I've met people from every state of India that has been very nice. So far, I would say it ticked the boxes. Like everyone was very friendly, and it's very nice to see also that in Kerala there's a lot of tourism from many places in India. That everyone is coming to Kerala because of the weather, because of the beaches, because of the tourism. So that's something to think about. Like when people on one country go to one place, that's a good signal. You should focus on what is happening there. Lots of coconut dishes. Kerala is named land of coconuts. I do believe that I had quite a few coconuts in here. Take care. I will go in a few months as well, and I'm a bit afraid. Man, you're like the most badass woman that I've met in my life. You have a truck, and you just get under the truck, and you send me pictures with like the black nails because like you're using the machinery and taking the wheels and taking everything. I would generally say India should be scared of you, my friend. Like I don't believe nothing will ever happen to you. I have always felt safer in Kerala than LA or London or Paris. Trust me, nobody does mass shooting and owns guns like in the US or Kerala, India, or does pickpocketing like in London and Paris. That is so very true, man. I lived in for a few months in California as well and in London, and it's true that sometimes like it's a different kind of danger, so to say. Like I never walked on the streets of Kerala thinking like, oh fuck, someone is gonna kill me. But I do have felt many times in London or like in the US, like man, this is dangerous. Like this is scary. Have you plans to come? Come where? Come where, girl? Like I will come back to India, and whenever you get a little closer, we can make plans, and I can get on your truck. Tell me, it wouldn't be cool, like if I make on my videos as well, like a small, like a travel series, going on a track, traveling through India with wandering trotters. If you like that, just bump many comments like you should do it. You should do it. Ruben, did you meet Priyanka, solo female traveler, the hostess from Indigo? Yeah, I did. Completely random. Like we were like the thing is, team knew about her, and we were on the street walking, talking about her, and then she was filming with the camera, and we were like, "Wow! Like, can we do that magic? Like, let me find $1,000 on the floor right now." So we just like have a little talk, and I think that team is with her now. They are actually filming. Team is with Priyanka right now. I saw like he sent me a picture. They sent me a picture together like a couple of hours ago. Would you say Kerala is even better than Sri Lanka for backpackers? No, but just know because Sri Lanka is very big and it's a full country. Kerala is a state, so you have like it has its certain limitations, and I feel like Sri Lanka has every weather the whole year. So you have because it's middle Ecuador, you have like half of the year is summer and the other half of the year is the other one. I'm not saying it's worse. I I just don't want to put lower Sri Lanka into this scale because Sri Lanka is incredible, man. Would you say, let's guess, help me bring this guy to my truck? You should both to come to travel with me. I'm not gonna say anything because I felt like I almost make you daily vlog because of trying to get your crowd to do that. So you are completely able to say whatever you want and make people decide whatever you want. You know, like we are a channel for the crowd. If the crowd says like I should go on a track for a month traveling, I will definitely get into that track. Let me see. How do you meet so many people traveling? In your videos, you're always traveling with very handsome and beautiful people. This guy. No. Okay, I do balance a lot. So the way that I balance is like I always get a hotel when I need to work, and then when I am kind of good with the videos, I go to a hostel. I usually get like private rooms because I have a lot of gear, and I no longer feel like I want to get into dorms and wake up every night when someone comes drunk or something like that. But for example, now I am on a hostel. I don't know if you're listening to the noises down there. There's a lot of people hanging out, having beers and doing stuff. So I really try to balance between like I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 days where I need to fully focus on videos. I don't meet anyone, and then I feel like, I kind of want to have a beer with someone. So then I go to a hostel. I have my place where I can work, I can do stuff, and then I just go downstairs and I just talk to people. Uh, we feel very connected travelers with travelers because like we are. It's the first time almost that we have something in common. We are at the same time on the same place doing the same activities, and we want to explore the same. So it's very easy to talk to someone and say like, "Hey, I want to make this plan. I want to do something. I want to do another one." So you always just catch someone. I just go walking and I just scream somewhere like, "Does anyone want to come to do a hike with me?" That's how people start joining. We sit down to talk to people. It's a good balance. It's always nice to have people around. Like I feel experiences are way nicer when you share them with people. And like if I do something incredible and then I look around and I see someone looking at me like I I love that. It's a good feeling. Come on, do a collab. We will. Like, it's meant to be. It's meant to be, man. I'm gonna leave my dreadlocks as well as Mia, and I will definitely get into it. Sri Lanka and Indian subcontinents used to be one land thousands of years ago. With tectonic plates and continental shift happening in Sri Lanka, it became separate. I can imagine though. Also, like you can see, like for example, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, you also speak Tamil. You have Kotu, and Sri Lanka has like Tamil. So it's like one big culture that is being spreading and dividing. It's really cool to see the similarities. What was your favorite thing you did in Kerala? I would generally say Monroe Island. So like when you have the back borders, you have Alleppey, and then you have the small one. So Alleppey is known to be what was that the little Venice, and Monroe, because it's really smaller, it's not on the big lake where like there's thousands of boats. It's like a small little village that is slowly flooding. So you have like maybe 25-30 years to do this activity before it fully floods. So you go through the backwaters, and that is called Monroe Island. That is known as the hidden little Venice. And I spent like I did a sunset thingy, and then we woke up very early and we did like a sunrise tour, and that's probably one of the most incredible sunrises that I've seen in my life. It was so peaceful. There was no one there. It was really cheap. It was like 8-9 euro. We saw the sunrise. We really enjoyed. It was so peaceful. Good company, good people. We came to the guest house. The guy were lovely. Make us breakfast. So I felt like that's the only experience that I thought like I should not have gone. I should have like stayed 1 or 2 more days, but because I was on a shooting rampage, like I finished that. I finished the sunrise. I had breakfast. I ran, and then I filmed the next video. That was like getting on the train and going to Alleppey, and then I finished that and I started the next video, which was like filming the houseboat. This is all like I made like 5 videos in 2 days. So it was one of the places that I felt like if I would have thought about it before, if I thought it was going to be as incredible, I would have taken a couple of weeks, maybe actually, to sit down there, make some work, and do stuff. And let me see. Kerala has the oldest church mosque in its South Asia, most expensive temple in the world. Yeah, I wish we could have gone to the most expensive temple in the world. From afar, looks very nice, but unfortunately, you need to be Indian to enter. So I actually researched so much about it. I had like all my notes done. I went there like, let's film it. And it's like, no, just okay. A mí me gusta tu pelo así, pero te buscaremos un pato. You like my hair like this, but we get a duck. Yeah, it's getting, I don't know what to do. Maybe like dreadlocks would look good on me. Like I'm actually getting, it's a little rusty right now. I've been sweating, running, making videos today with some friends that miss Wandering Trotters and I have in common, and they've been known for like a few years. So it's been a very good collab that you will see eventually in the future. It's really cool people. I feel really lucky that the channel is growing and also meeting people that is really on this line of work and is very creative. So I'm having a really good time actually filming lately. Please respect country people emotions. Try to not eat beef. Listen, man. I feel like if we get into that line of thinking, you should not use your car. You should not fly. You should not do things like. We all try our best to not create a bad impact in the world. I generally feel like I try to always share good positive vibrations. I try to be as conscious as and aware as I can on multiple things, but I cannot fight every battle. Like if I would be picking every single thing, I would have I cannot do it. So I really try to choose my battles, and I really try to make my part in many different areas. I don't normally eat beef, but if it's cultural here, like I come here, I like it, so I will unfortunately try it. I'm curious. What is special about the people of Kerala? It's just very friendly, man, and it's very easygoing. Like I come from places where like if you tell me like, do you want to buy right now a chain? It's like no, and they follow you for 10 hours. And like someone tells you like you want a chain in Kerala, do you want to buy this? And I'm like no, and they're like cool. So they just go. For me, it's like Now I want to buy it. It's just people is very calm down and it's very friendly, and it happens many times that if I'm just on the street just looking at the phone, like looking around, just random people come to you and say like, sorry, can I help you? Like I you are a, a guest in this place, like is there anything I can do for you? And I think that is flipping wonderful. Like in it's not as common, like especially like in populated areas in Europe or like America, blah blah blah. People don't just randomly stop to take care of you just because they want to help you. So I thought that is one of the most beautiful things that I got on the people of Kerala. Did you also know Hindu kings from the South India rule over Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Laos? Some of the most favorite Buddhist temples used to Hindu temples built on the South Indian keys. I had no idea, brother. No idea. You actually know way too much history from here that like when I read like 20 paragraphs, it's like where this dude is getting so much information. Good research, Joseph, man. No traduzca, esta gente está aburrida. Quería darte amorcito, pero bueno, no aburro. Te quiero. I love you too. Yo también te quiero, mía. Muchísimas gracias por pasarte. Eres la mejor. La mejorísima. Be vegan. Maybe, was actually considering and eventually making a transition, but so far, as long as I do it, I'm enjoying it. And whenever I decide to stop, I stop. There's no rush. I have been checking the flights going there. Where did you fly to? Would you suggest Kochi Airport or Tiruvananthapuram? Maybe Kochi, yeah. Because I generally thought the distances were very big, but there's a train from like Trivandrum to Kochi for like maybe 5 hours, 6 hours. And so like the distances are not really far. And I feel Kochi is much of a bigger city with much a little bit more option for tourists. Like Trivandrum, I met no tourists, literally zero in the whole 5 days that I was there. So if you want to start just directly feeling comfortable and like meet people and start with a high note with many things to do, because Kochi, there's so many things to do in Trivandrum, but I feel like maybe it's easier to arrive in Kochi and do your thing. You have Munar next to it, you have Alapi down there 1 or 2 hours, and slowly maybe make your way down to Trivandrum. That would be like an easier way. Want to travel outside of Kerala? I will. It's just one step at a time, man. Your country is a subcontinent, bro. This is so big. So I feel like if I want to make videos, I just don't really want to leave areas not really touched. So like Kerala, I made 25 videos in Kerala, and I always did like half of Kerala. So I really want to eventually, in 5 years, whenever you look at the channel, I want to see like we have like the best travel series in India. We have like every state really well covered, every area really well explored, like many videos of. So I feel like because every region is such a different thing, one from another in India, I felt like I just focus on one. I learn on one. Whenever I finish, go to the next one. So far, Kerala, I felt like I left a little undone. So I would love to start in Kochi, finish Kerala up north for a couple of weeks, and then get to the next one. But you have way too many regions, man. Like 5 years visa is not even enough to explore properly. What about Kerala people throwing plastic on the roads on the streets? I'm giving you this one. I absolutely hate that. It just I had many fights on buses that I just get very frustrated when you're like on the bus and just like you see people throwing the bottles in the middle of nature. Is like that's a no, and I feel that should also be you guys in Kerala, like people who is living there, like you should be the one also telling people of your place, like this should not be done like that, because like I am, I'm a, I'm an observer. I just come there as a tourist. There's things that I can do to help. There's things that I cannot. But like at the end of the day, there has to be a change that all of you should do in the country by yourself. So I really don't like that, but there's not really much I can do just to say politely to someone, like try to one person by one say like, sorry, I think that is not nice. Like you have a beautiful region that you are unconsciously destroying. And we have a saying in Spain that I feel that everyone should apply. That is like, you don't shit where you eat. How safe was Kerala for a solo traveler? I can only speak about my experience. It felt very safe, man. Like I didn't have any issue so far in like 45 days. It's a month and a half that I was there. So as I mentioned before, like I have no experience as a women traveler. So as a single man, as a white man traveling there. I had a very good time. Nothing very, very hustling, not the markets, not the places. Always just take care of your things when you go in public transport, because that's everywhere that is international. That is international. So just take care about, like, be objective, be smart. Don't go to places that you don't feel safe. Don't do stuff that you don't feel safe. It is very easy to travel. It's very easy to travel. Simple as that. Thank you for all the insights. My absolute pleasure, Shay. And may I know what your channel is, life number six? Absolutely. Life number six is related to the lives of a cat. So depends on the culture. You have or 7 or 9 lives. So I had a very steady life before I started traveling again. And when I travel, and people ask me, like, I would love to do that. It is something that I always wanted to do, like, but I cannot do it. I have responsibilities. I have blah, 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 blah. So it was related to the lives of a cat, because the concept of this is like, how would you live this life if you had another one? So I took a big turn and I quit everything, and it felt like I had an spare life, because like the decisions that I'm taking now are just like, I'm just going all in with this. Like, I really want to make the videos. I really want to travel. I really want to change perceptions from the world. And every person that I talk to, they always say like, "Wow, you're very lucky. You're very jealous." And I always ask the questions like, "Would you actually do this if you had the certainty that you had another life?" So yeah, it's kind of related to the lives of a cat. Did you ever face racism in Kerala? It's a weird question, because the answer is no, but it's yes at the same time. The thing that I have faced the most is Indian people thinking that their culture is the only culture in the world. So whenever, like, that's something that I believe is very bad, because when Indian people drink, they really change a lot. Like, all the layers of politeness, they really change a lot, and it's very, very weird sometimes. And I've faced many times, even like when I leave India, like something happens and it's like, you can't do that in India. It's like, yeah, but you are not in India. Uh, and not only that, like, we are always asked to be respectful and to understand other cultures. And I feel like many times I faced in Kerala that, like, the only person that apparently need to have empathy was me. So I just generally need to understand you, but you really want to make no effort whatsoever to understand my point of view or my perspective. And that's probably like an issue that is ongoing for a long time, and it's 1.5 billion people, which I understand why, like, you are very centered on India. But I feel like perhaps people really need to try to understand other cultures, how all of them function, because our job as tourists is to try to blend as much as possible with yours, is to try to understand you, to try to learn from it, and to try to be respectful. And if you want people to travel there as a guest, as a host, you should learn how to treat us. You should learn to also listen to us, to understand why we feel that some things are wrong, that is harassing, that is hassling. I've met multiple Indian men who cross the line way too much with women, with the touching, with like, I love you, with blah, blah, blah. And that comes from a standpoint of view where, like, you really are not understanding that in our culture is really wrong, really wrong. Like, it's very hustling. So I feel it's important that, like, not only us, we take like a step backward to think about how we are portraying ourselves, but I think it's very important for Indian people as well to see the step back and say, like, okay, which parts of my personality or my being might be insulting or harassing or damaging to another people, and why. And when that happens, like, communication is way easier. Like, when people know, no people feel hustling, no people feel that, like, everyone is trying to take advantage or hurt each other. I think that it is very important. So I will always give to every person, I would ask you to always think 1 second, take one step back, think, and act. India is a huge country. What is the reason for choosing the state of Kerala? Recommendations. I got so many people saying, like, Kerala is the best. Kerala is the best country. You should definitely come to Kerala. You're gonna love it. If you want to start the part with less hassling, that is the country. That is the region. Sorry. So I was like, you know what, sign me in, let's do that, and let's start there. And it was a very good choice. I zero regrets. I generally think I picked the best state to start on, because any doubts or any fears that I had about India were fully gone in the moment that I arrived. And people, nature, culture, food, beaches, churches, everything was unbelievable. It was such a lovely experience, and I still say, like I said in multiple videos, like I'm having a blast. It was one of the best experience that I had as a traveler, to have like such a good sequence with no bad days, one after the other one, with like incredible things happening one after the other one. I felt like it was fantastic. Any plans to visit other states? Yeah, later this year we'll continue. Busy Northeast, no crime, no racism, no hustling, no scam, no bad things. Northeast is on my interest, man. I feel like it will soon happen. I love this camera. It makes me look so strong. It will happen. It will happen eventually. It's just very big, and I need to do many things at the same time, because like we're trying to create like a massive community from everywhere. Like, and this is so good that it's going. People is actually saying like, I don't understand how it's going so slow. It's like, honestly, let it happen slow, because like we have so much time now to connect that I really like it. I have like, I try to make as many live premieres on videos as I can, because we have time to connect, and people that pop in on the chat, like I've seen many times before, and we know each other, and we have time to connect. And ideally, I would love to make like a Discord chat, so we can make like some premieres live and talk to each other. So slow is good, but steady, share the videos and stuff like that. Are you from Spain? Yeah, I'm from South Spain. I'm from Malaga, which is a beautiful city on the south, on the Mediterranean. So just my English accent sometimes perhaps it's not doesn't sound that I'm not Spanish, but yes, I am. I'm a Spanish. Malaga Football Club. I know. We had good times, man. It was good times where we were a really good team. I have just one question left on the list. So if you want to drop your last question, guys, is time. The question that I have here is like, will I come back? I will definitely come back, man. I loved Kerala. I really like Kerala. I had a really good time. I met people that are living there, that are friends. So I feel like whenever I come back, I will definitely, first thing I will do is just like come to Kochi, drop the luggage, go to Munar for a couple more days because I really like it. Maybe go to Vagamon, go back to Kochi, and then start heading all the way up to the famous waterfalls that everyone talk, Calcut. So many places, man. So if you don't have any more question, guys, go to sleep. You see my face, right? Like this is. I've been up since 6 in the morning. I must admit, I misbehaved yesterday, and I have a couple of beers at night. And I woke up very early. I went filming. I took a bike, and I was on the top of the mountain having good fun. But I finished. I went back to edit, and now it's around 10, 15 more minutes in Nepal than is India, which I don't understand. So it's 10:15, and I am exhausted as well, guys. Bro, in this vast country, which they have very different culture, food, lifestyle. I know, man. I will eventually catch them all, but give me 5 years because it's a lot. It's a lot. Some personal life of yours. Goodbye. Keep safe. Thank you so much, Shade. And always feel free to in any video just send me a comment. That if you have any important questions that you want to do about traveling or something, just feel free to connect with me on Instagram. And whenever I go through the 200 messages that I have left unread because it's too much, I will happily answer your questions. Like if you put any comment on YouTube, I will reply as fast as possible. So if you need anything related to travel and you have any questions, like we also have a loving community of people who will love to answer your needs about travel. Best place, Barcelona or Madrid? Madrid. What the? Nah, man. Barcelona is nice, but it has a little bit of everything, not too much of anything. I think. I feel Madrid is the real deal. I really like Madrid. I lived 2 years in Madrid. I love that city. Next time, please avoid tourist places. Try to explore another part of Kerala and villages where the actual soul of India lives. You will get a different flavor. I completely agree, and I tell you, I'll take the word. I am definitely doing that. Bye, bro. Greetings to Spain. Be safe. Good night. So, thank you so much to all of you for coming, guys. It's been a pleasure to have you here and connect. We'll start on Sunday the Nepali series, and it will take only 2 to 3 videos to go to Everest. So keep up. If you are been following the series and you want to continue exploring, guys, and connecting with me and do stuff, like the Nepali series is everything that I'm filming is just a banger. So please join me in the future. Come, and I will promise you good videos, good vibes, love, and a lot of good moments. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Much love, and I will see you on the next one. Boom.